Hello, my name is Shaw, psychotherapist. I blog and podcast about mental health, men's mental health, Torture Superhero Monday, Relationship SOS on a Friday, and intermittently I do other blogs, all on mental health. I'm on a mission to make therapy accessible and change the world, one thought at a time. I was talking about, are you being ostracized, being how it feels, and how to help yourself. In this segment, I'm going to discuss why you have the familiar relationships which possibly put you in a place of being ostracized. So, obviously I'm a person and I've lived as well as everybody else. And sometimes we find that there's a pattern, and it's recognizing a pattern. And it's good to recognize your own pattern and patterns that happen in your life and why. So if I look inwardly and I reflect back from childhood up into adulthood, there was always a case of me being ostracized by the similar type of people. And these types of people that I was ostracized by, they all bared a lot of the same resemblances. And this was it for me to recognize what I was doing to myself emotionally and mentally, and taking some responsibility for the situations I was in. So in early childhood, I went to school, and there was a lot of being ostracized, being singled out from my peer groups, and that continued until I took on the consensus that I'm supposed to be on my own, and I can just do that. I can manage on my own, and I did, and then getting into relationships and realising, okay, you're not on your own, and then realising you are on your own, and not feeling out of sorts and all sorts, and recognising that actually I felt quite alone. And the familiarity of those particular types of people was what I was used to, so I was constantly drawn to those people. Now, law of attraction says I would have attracted them. No. It was a familiarity thing. And this is why you'll be in the situations that you find yourself in on different times in your life, if they all reflect the same. Particularly if you come out of a relationship and you have the same thing going on in the next relationship and the next relationship, you're drawn to a particular familiarity. You know, it's like if you're one of those people that sit in a particular place when you get on transport, London transport, you'll sit there because it's familiar and you feel able, you know where the window is, whatever, your surroundings. When it's unfamiliar, not so comfortable, because you can't be quite sure of what's going to happen. So when you're around the same types of people, you're familiar, and sometimes you get better at sliding in between the lines and playing within that realm, and sometimes you make it worse for yourself, and it's really negative impact on you, and it's very debilitating. So why do we do this? Because we feel the need to be accepted and approved of, and we don't want to be rejected, so we're familiar with that type of group. So I remember this happening as a kid. I couldn't understand it. You know, I grew up and I tried to affiliate myself with other people, but always felt an outsider, didn't feel like I was connected. Then connected with some people and thought, oh my god, this is a really wonderful connection, only for that connection to prove to have some kind of being ostracized and singled out again, and thinking, what's going on? And then you say to yourself, well, let's have a look at the pattern here. So having gone from a relationship and then another one, and then you see there's a pattern in the same type of people that you're around. And for me, those people often were quite arrogant, quite bullyish, quite all about themselves and selfish. And I knew that I had to bend over backwards in order to give them what they wanted. But that used to pee me off, and I had some resentment. So I had another way of expelling some of that frustration, but it was I was familiar with it, so I had to take responsibility. And then what happened was, after taking responsibility, you open yourself up to explore different areas of your emotional and mental psyche, and you're opening up to different people. So why do you seem to be getting involved in the same type of people over and over again? Why? Because it's familiar.
Or do you have a bunch of people on your list who are not on the same mission as you, and those individuals are pulling you down? Right?
Yeah, and you know the course of action that is going to take place, and you keep on doing it because you're just so used to it, and you kind of get better at learning how to be accepted. So for a period of time, it might be longer and longer that you stay within that group before you're ostracized, and it's breaking the cycle and removing yourself healthy steed for you. Healthy steed. I was thinking of Shrek for some reason. There's nothing to do with the steed. I have no idea why Shrek came into my head right now, and I just popped in steed. I'm going to forget that right now. So it will be a healthy way of you managing yourself by recognizing your behavior and recognizing what you're actually doing. But the reason why you did what you did was survival. We're all here to survive, and no man or woman or person is an island. We need each other, and that's why we do what we do. So that's why familiarity. You feel more comfortable with the people that you are familiar with. So if you want to make something different happen, meet some new people. Open up your interests and engage your thoughts in a different way. Not seeking approval and acceptance are key to not experiencing this on a frequent basis, but you will experience it, because I still do experience it at times, and sometimes it might just be my spider senses tingling and there's nothing wrong, just that anxiety. Possibly is it going to happen? I'm not quite sure, but then you can connect with yourself and recognize what you're doing and see what's happening, because you still have some of these remnants of you trying to people please, trying to make sure everybody does like you in order for you to be accepted. And that is when you start recognizing that you don't have to be accepted. Accept yourself. I have got to go because I've got a client soon. So, thank you so much for watching. Look out for my vlogs Monday, Friday. I'll talk to Superhero, Relationship Fridays, in between on loads of other different mental health tips. Hit me up, let me know, say hi, talk to me, like and share. Sorry, my computer's talking to me here. And I will see you on the flip side. I don't know why. This is when I'm ending and I don't know how. My name is Eery, psychotherapist, and I'm on a mission to change the world one thought at a time. I am ending this now before I waffle. Bye for now.
You look at people standing at the bus stop for 10 minutes waiting for the bus. They get uncomfortable with being with themselves, they pull out the phone and they start engaging with something. Because to actually be with you is probably one of the most challenging things you can face in life. Because if you're not feeling well, what do? You go online, right?